Hi, my name is Lizzie and today I'll be teaching you how to make your very own recycled egg carton Rollo the turtle. So, to make your turtle, you are going to need an egg carton, a pair of scissors, pipe cleaners, pom-poms, pens or paint, spare glue sticks, a glue gun, and possibly some googly eyes. Your first step is to make the turtle shell. So you're going to need an egg carton and your scissors. Be really careful with the scissors because they are sharp, so maybe ask an adult to help. You're going to need to cut the lid off. Remember to be careful. Then cut off the second side. You're going to use the bottom of the egg cups to actually make the shell. So you'll need to cut round each side. This may be a little bit fiddly, so remember to ask an adult. Make the cuts down and make sure you leave an extra side just so you can cut round afterwards. Once you're finished, you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Now, the sides are a little bit rough, so what you're going to need to do is cut round the edge just so you have a neater edge. Your next step is to cut the sides because you're going to have some sides that stick out. And there you go. You're going to end up with something that looks a little bit like this. Now, your next step is going to be to colour your turtle shell. So you're left with something that looks like this from before. Now I recommend using pens rather than pencils because pencils don't really show up on the shell, so pens or paint are definitely a better option. You can use any colour you like, and these are some of my examples. So I made a blue one with dark blue spots. I also made a pink one with purple spots and a heart. And finally, this is the one that I made previously, which we're going to use, which has a recycled symbol and green background. Your next step is to make the flippers. So you'll need your pipe cleaner. I'm using a white one because I'm going to do the example on the blue. You need to thread it through one of the sides and curve it round so it creates this curved shape. You then need to twist it if it's a little bit long. It will stick out the side, but that's what you need. You curl it underneath, so it makes another loop underneath the shell. Curl it again, like you did before. Keep curling it around to make your second flipper. You might need to tuck it underneath just a little bit or twist it. Turn it round and curl it underneath. Now make your third flipper. So just repeat what you did before, curl it round and twist a little bit. And then finally, curl it underneath and curl it round again to make the fourth flipper. And there you go, it's now got 4 flippers. Now you have all 4 of your flippers and your coloured in shell. So to attach these we're going to use a glue gun, so you need to let that heat up. It might take a couple of minutes, and remember it's going to get really hot, so ask an adult to help. So we're going to find out where each one goes. You put them in so it creates this shape, so the shell's just on top. I had an extra pipe cleaner length, it was a bit longer, so I was able to add a tail. So it should create this shape underneath. Now be really careful with the glue gun, it's going to be extremely hot. Now you're going to need to add a little bit of glue on top of each flipper, just so it touches each side of the cardboard. This is going to stick them down individually, so you need to be really careful and twist gradually as you go around. Remember it's still very, very, very hot, so you need to ask an adult to help. Keep adding the glue all the way around just so it sticks to the legs. You're going to need to be careful not to catch it because it is still going to be hot as it dries. Finally, add glue to your last flipper. Remember to catch the sides because it's going to need to stick down to your shell. I keep adding just a little bit round just so it touches each side because I've gone back and missed. Just zoomed in on there so you can see that I've added it to each side. You might get a couple of string bits, so when it's dried you can just take those off afterwards. And there you go. Now we have created the body, we're going to have to make a head for your turtle. So this is the finished result from the body from last time. Now, I added a couple of googly eyes onto the head. I just did that with the glue gun again, and I was really careful with the glue, remember. Now we're going to add it onto the shell. So what I'm going to do is add another piece of glue. Remember, it's very, very, very hot. We just add a tiny bit of glue on the back of the pom-pom. Remember, it is still very hot, so be very careful. You then stick it down to your shell, twist it round a little bit. The glue doesn't dry too quickly, so you should be okay. Hold it down just so it dries. Take off the string that's left behind. And there you go. You've got your very own Rollo the Turtle.